Everybody, this is the weekly review for me learning Japanese and what I learned this week. So let's get into it. So on day 15, I learned three words, and there's not much to explain other than the three words, which are Nihon, which is Japan, Chisai, which is small, and Uki, which is big. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them correctly, but yeah, those are the words I learned. So let's move on to the next one. So on day 16, I learned countries and wasn't able to really put exactly what was wanting to say into the short because shorts are too long. When I learned Japanese a while ago, I kind of did notice this, and I did kind of again notice it. But like for example, Canada is Canada, and America is America, and then you get a few ones that with a little bit of like decoding, you can kind of guess which one it is, like Brazil, which I won't say because I'm going to pronounce it really wrong. And then in the short, I said Idigrisu, which is Britain, which doesn't really make sense because that doesn't look like Britain at all. But yeah, so I learned some other countries, but I can't remember them. I might be wrong when I say that the countries you can kind of crack them, but the four countries I learned, or five countries I learned, three of them were kind of decodable. So yeah, but let's move on to the next one. On day 17, I learned the word jing, which is a bit confusing to really describe what it does. Because I did try to actually search it up a little bit, but then didn't get any straight answers. I got jing means God and stuff, so yeah, that wasn't helpful. But as I understand it, adding it to a country, so Canada jing is Canadian, American jing is American, and then Irigirisu jing is British, and so on and so forth. Like Nihon jing, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I might be totally wrong is Japanese, but it just kind of describes. So I might be wrong in the sentence I'm about to say, but you could say Kensang wa uh, Canada Jing des. If I'm saying that correctly, is Ken is Canadian. I'm not sure because I remembered learning about it, but I never actually don't think I talked about it. I might have talked about it in the next day, but I'm not sure. So I'm putting it here in case I did. So for day 18, it would seem I didn't like learn anything new. I just did refreshment. So what I did say just now kind of would have fitted here more, but I'm gonna leave it in. Um, but yeah, so I basically just learned the jing, and then I don't know how really what to like put it into a proper sentence, and I'm not gonna try again. So let's move on to day 19. So just before day 19, I just wanted to say I did get a little bit of a boost in my morale because I was watching a series and I could kind of translate what they said. So I'm not going to say the name of the show. That's for you to kind of guess because there's a certain name that's in the show and I'm about to say. So here it goes. The guy said, "Konbanwa Kagami-san, dozo ryoshiku." So, and then another word which don't know because I don't remember learning it and I don't remember what it was. But yeah, that was it means good evening, Kagami. Nice to meet you. And yeah, then I also a little bit later, the guy said "domo arigato," which I think is thank you very much from my last time I learned Japanese, but I might be wrong. So now let's move on to day 19. So for day 19, I learned quite a few words, and I will explain how to put them in sentences in day 20 in a bit more detail. But the words I learned for day 19 were soko, which is there, doko, which is where, koko, which is here, eki, which is train station, kombini, which is convenience store, uh, daigaku, which is university, uh, buste, which is bus stop, and departo, which is department store. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those correctly, but hopefully I am. So let's move on to how to put those into sentences. So I did cover quite a bit in day 20, but to just go thing. So I'm going to use Daigaku just because it's easy. So for example, kore and sore are this and that, or that and this to be precise. So you could say kore wa daigoku des, and then that is this is a university, or sore wa daigaku des, which is that is a university. But then you can go uh, daigaku wa soko des, which is the university is there. And then I could throw in a sore and sore, but I don't know really not remember how, so I'm not going to touch that because I don't want to make mistakes, too many mistakes. And then to really ask somebody where something is, you would go, uh, Daigaku, uh, Daigaku wa doko desu ka, which is where is the university. So yeah, it was quite easy, but it's quite, I'm kind of used to it now, so it's nice. So I can kind of ask where the university or train station or convenience store or department store is now if I go to there. And that's about it. So moving on to day 21. So today I learned just 7 words that I learned in the hiragana bit while I'm learning about hiragana, because I have to, because I can't proceed without skipping. I can skip, but that's it makes me do the hiragana bit because I'm a bit behind. I keep forgetting to do it every day. So here are the 7 words I learned, and I'm writing them down on a piece of paper so I don't forget which ones I learned. So I at least have some words that I add. So I learned mimi, which is ear, sora, which is sky, shiwa, which is wrinkle, shima, which is island, sumi, which is charcoal, itsu, which is when, and hashi, which is chopsticks. So yeah, that's what I learned. Well, that is it for today's video, and if you got this far, please do leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of my journey learning Japanese. Thank you. Bye.